Find the one that's watertight, put the entire family in that one, and then you live, and pick the one that isn't watertight. You're going to die, right? You're not going to diversify across a bunch of imperfect components.
Were you looking 4 or 5 years ago or before that? Were you looking for something other than what you were doing?
You know, during the COVID lockdowns in the middle of 2020, we had $500 million of cash, and the bankers took the interest rate to zero. And you know, so it's like you have a $500 million real estate portfolio, and the mayor of the city unilaterally reduces your rents to zero and tells you they're gonna rent control the rent to zero for the next 5 years because that's the right thing to do because we're in a crisis, right? There's COVID crisis, and if you don't like it, then you must not be a good citizen, right?
Right.
There's something wrong with you, right? You're just insensitive capitalist, and the right thing to do is we just reduce the rents to zero forever, which is easy to do with somebody else's money, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened during COVID, right? I mean, we literally did it with rents,
yeah.
You know, and we did it with capital. So when that happened, if that were to happen to you, if someone said, I'm reducing your rents unilaterally to zero forever, and you could sell the property and move to a different state or move to a different city, you might very well do that, right? So we had $500 million worth of property. It was called Treasury bills. It was unilaterally reduced to a value of zero per year. And I think Jerome Powell gave a speech, and he said very famously, he said, we're not even thinking about raising the interest rates until the year 2024 or 2025.
Right. Repeatedly he said it.
I didn't need to hear that twice. So I thought I better go find something else to buy other than Treasury bills. So we started thinking, could we buy a stock portfolio? Could we buy a portfolio of art? Could we buy some real estate? Could I buy a fraction of a sports team? Should I buy a bunch of gold, or should I buy a bunch of digital gold? And by the process of elimination, we went through all those things.
Had you been introduced to Bitcoin prior to that?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, I'd never really seriously thought about it,
Okay.
right? So I went through the process of elimination, and I started thinking maybe I should buy gold, but then I thought what I'd really like is something that feels like gold, a non-sovereign store of value bearer instrument, like, you know, and I like something which is the best cross between gold and Google. I wanted a digital monopoly on money, digital gold. And I thought, well, this crypto stuff looks like it's digital gold, a crypto coin, 21 million crypto coins, because the appeal of gold is it's scarce and desirable as a store of value, and the appeal of crypto is I can teleport it, and I can self-custody it, and I can program it. So then I just started thinking, well, what's the crypto network which is most like gold? And I eventually decided Bitcoin was digital gold. And so we bought Bitcoin because gold was the best idea of the 19th century. And arguably, if you wanted portable capital, you wanted portable property, you wanted money for the past 5,000 years, right? Gold was generally a pretty popular idea. But in the 21st century, what you'd like is something that's as desirable as gold, but you want it to be programmable. You want to move it at the speed of light. You want to put it on an iPhone. You know, and the thing about Bitcoin, which is better, in addition to being programmable and digital, was that it's absolutely hard capped at 21 million coins. And so the inflation rate of Bitcoin is zero. It was pretty obvious to me over the long time horizon, as the limit goes from zero to infinity, the inflation rate is zero.
Why is it zero?
Because there's 21 million, that's all there's ever gonna be.
Okay, so.
And the rate at which we create more Bitcoin is asymptotically following to zero.